Well, it's Friday. That means a new episode of Fox Business hit show, The Property Man. It airs tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. But first, there's some troubling news about millennials in the U.S. A new census report finds that about a third of 18 to 34-year-olds are living at home with a parent, and not necessarily by choice. Here to discuss is the star of Fox Business, The Property Man. He's Bob Massi himself. Bob, in your show, good to see you. Bob, you have interviewed millennials going through this exact same thing. What's going on?
Well, on the second season in Florida, we interviewed a lot of kids down there. In the third season, Arizona State. And a couple of things we found out with this. First of all, those millennials who are being productive, who are doing the right thing, they don't want to be inconvenienced. There's a development in Florida called Lake Nona, Liz, which is beautiful. We covered that. Very self-contained. There's a university there. The millennials go by bicycle. Everything is right there. Their school, their living quarters. And the ones in Arizona, we went on Arizona State's campus and asked them if they'd like to own a home. And you could not believe, they said, you know what? We don't want to sign any kind of contract that's 30 or 40 years. We're happy with renting. Now, they're young kids, but it's amazing they have this presence of mind about this idea of home ownership versus just renting.
Now, Bob, is it their student debt? I mean, $1 trillion in student debt. You got to feel for them, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The tuitions in this country are out of line.
It's totally
the
out of
student
line.
debts these kids come out of school. Yeah, they really are. I mean, they really, it's outrageous what they've done because they know they're going to get the money, so they charge.
Right.
And these kids are coming out of debt, so they go home. I mean, you know, I read an interesting book, Liz, about how this is like the 20s and 30s when families came back together and lived together.
That's a good
point.
point.
This is what's happening. The kids are coming back. They're living at home. They're in the nest. A lot of them, as I know you've reported in the past, they can't get jobs.
Yeah.
They're educated. They can't get jobs.
Yeah,
so there's a whole mix here. But yeah, it's tough to see. It's tough to see.
You know, we want to get to the soundbite from your show tonight. I think you feature a company that builds unique secret rooms. Let's take a look.
Oh, yeah. Lots of people like to show their homes. But sometimes the best part of the property is what you don't see.
We build doors that don't look like doors so that people can have spaces that people don't have to know about.
Hidden rooms, secret passageways, and even trapdoors.
All right, where did this builder get his inspiration from?
Maybe the panic room with Jodie Foster, I think, when I first saw this thing. So, oh, my God, this is crazy. I mean, you know, it's an idea, the extension of the demand of the public. Those people that could afford it, they want this type of secret room. They put, obviously, valuables in there, a place to go. So, but it's interesting to see how it's become part of home development now.
All right, Bob Massi, thank you. Now, make sure to catch The Property Man tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time right here on the Fox Business Network. Our